this one. Then, share natin yung ating screen. So money issue again. So our learning outcome is to present a financial literacy for one personal and professional life through class activities and seminar attended. So some of you attended seminar all about how to manage. I think yung mga certain topic tayo from your seminar. So hindi naman lahat ng seminar is all about how to manage your money well. But I think some topic is about something about how to manage your finances. Then to anticipate our professional and personal challenges after we graduated or after you graduated. Bakit nga ba kasama? Okay, so first I'm going to ask you these two questions. So you can answer it by putting it in chat, or you can speak to our, you can share. So one question is, what is the craziest thing that you have done to save money? A while ago, morning class told me that parang nag-hunger strike. One sample of how she saved is she went on a hunger strike for a day or 2 days just to save money. And then the other one said that I think for the whole day you only eat one whole fish. So how about you? What is the craziest thing that you have done to save money?
Umutang sa parents, miss.
What? Umutang saan?
Umutang sa parents, tapos sasabihin, bayaran lang kita kasi may pera naman dito. Tapos makakalimutan na nila. So, business lang din.
Forgiving ang parents, no?
Pautang lang sa ma. Bayaran kita, may pera naman ako dito eh. Tapos hanggang sa wala na, at least may pera na ako.
Parang ganun ba? Parang wala na akong bariya.
Ganun.
Okay. Parang ano yan parang nakaka-relate ako dyan. Dati. Ngayon hindi na. Hindi na nag-work yung aking mother. So, others, may mga ginawa ba kayong things that you do for money? Parang may gusto kayong bilhin pero you don't want to parang spend your savings. Parang other things na ibang way. Meron ba? Wala na. May mga estudyante ko before, ginagawa talaga nila, parang nag-skip sila ng meal nila just to save. Kaso minsan tendency na makakatulog sila or nahihilo sila. So, wag naman ganun. Sana, nasa yung parang yung health is okay pa rin. So, hopefully, yung nasa mind nyo. So, safe pa rin yung gagawin nyo. Kahit crazy man yung ginawa nyo way is safe pa rin yung inyong health. Okay? Meron pa isang question. Another question is this. What is the dumbest thing that you waste your money on? So, ano yung pinanghinayangan nyo na binili nyo, or may binili kayo na hindi nyo, parang tingin nyo, I waste my money on this. Parang, why did I buy this thing? Meron ba kayong, do you have that experience? Or parang, scam? What? Oo nga, mahirap yun. Anime figures. Hindi ba scam yan? Pero, iba kasi parang, let's say, kung yun yung passion mo, na mag-collect things like that. Parang, I think I have this, parang, you know yung 20 pesos na coins? Some people buy that 20 pesos coin, yung bagong release coins na 20 pesos. Some people na nag-collect nun, they buy that for 500 pesos. So, di ba parang crazy thing na, or tingin ko parang hindi naman siya dam kasi part na rin siya na siguro dam na ginawa is kasi yung value ng money is only 20 pesos but you going to exchange it for 500 pesos just to collect the newest release 20 peso coin ng Philippine. So, parang I don't see the reason how you exchange your 500 pesos for 120 pesos coin. Yun. Ewan ko, for me, it's parang isa yun sa it's not wise decision, right? Or other, parang you're going to buy some parang newest gadget na some people were going to scam you na yung price na is too high. And then since you wanted to buy it because you want to be the person to handle that newest gadget. I want this one for what price ang mahal. Then after a week, na-release na yung bago. Lahat ng friends, ay, pares na kami, 1 week lang yung advance ko. Ganun. So yung parang ganun. So I hopefully, you learn from it. Okay? You have to save because yung value ng Manila, right now lang na, especially right now, it's very high yung value niya. Para mahirap. It's hard to earn money right now. Kasi yung pandemic na. Okay? Okay. Next is, I have a series of questions na answerable by yes or no. Sorry, true or false. So, you can chat it dun kung ano yung what is your answer. If you agree, you can say true. If you don't agree, you can say false. But before that, you have to explain it. Okay. As you embark on your journey to financial literacy, it is important to establish the baseline of what you know. Okay, so basically, what you know about finances. Then secondly, what you think you know. Sometimes you think that's right, but when you analyze it, and then especially when you encounter other people, no, that's wrong. So then you realize, I know that thing, but it's wrong pala. Okay? Wait lang. Okay, then, apa tayo? Then what you think you might not know. Ano yung hindi niyo pa alam? What you did not know. And then the other one is, and what you know, you do not know. Parang, alam mo pero, parang, ngayon ko lang yata nalaman. Okay? Then, about your personal finances and money management, ito yung pinag-usapan. And then this way, you can target the areas in which you need to shore up your finances, financial education. Okay, so, first question. Is it always smart to send in the minimum payment due on your credit card bill each month and stretch out the card payment as long as possible instead of paying the bill in full? Is it true or false? You can answer in chat, or you can answer Maribik. Kala ko. So, what do you agree with this or disagree? If you agree, you can say true. If you disagree, you can say false. False. Okay, so others, what do you someone disagree? Okay, two disagree. Others, what do you say? Do you agree or disagree? Is it false or true? Or true or false? False. So 3 na yung false. Okay. Before I'm going to give you the answer. Why do you answer false? Parang volunteered from the tree. Why did you answer false? Yun lang, yung reason nyo lang. Hindi naman natin, hindi naman, gusto ko lang malaman bakit yun yung decision nyo false. May experience. Do you have experience about these things? Or you use credit card and then you always pay in full? Why would you not, yes, tama. Also, okay, tama si James. So, tama nga false. Wait lang. So, false siya. False is the correct answer. Why? Kasi nga, it's your obligation. But, the thing is, when you did not pay the full amount or you retain a balance, the next month, that balance will add up to your new balance and then the interest will accumulate. So, the interest from the last month balance is mag-a-add up dun sa interest ng second month. Okay? So, what happened? Parang twice yung penalty. So, the more balance you retain, the more interest that will they give you. Parang they give you parang penalty. Interest. So, penalty is yung interest ng amount na babayaran mo. So, instead of walang penalty or interest, because you pay in full, twice, plus yung last month na hindi mo binayaran, nag-gain siya ng interest. Add up to this another month mo na bago. Na supposedly, wala naman interest. Okay? So, parang nagdo-double interest yung credit card mo. Kaya, it's safe and wise to pay in full. Kasi ganun din naman. You have to pay them. Tama si James. You have to pay what you owe do sa bank. Okay? Correct na kagad kayo. So, next question is, while one or two late payments of bill may not damage your credit record, making habit of it will count against you. Is it true or false? Okay. 1, 2. Others? What do you think? Kahit, even though you don't use a credit card, o baka din kayo not using credit card. It's not naman your fault you're not using a credit card, but why? Why not making habit of parang paying it regularly? Kasi sabi nila, it's if you're going to make it habit na late payments, what will happen to your record? Sabi niya, it will be against you. Tama ba? True or false? Sabi ni James, it's true. Others, what do you say? What's your, do you agree or disagree with these questions? Are you using a credit card? Do you have a credit card? I think, kasi mga credit card ngayon is parang ino-offer nila, di ba? Sometimes annual fee is free. So, judging from experience, pwedeng yun nga. And then also, if ever nagkaroon kayo ng credit card, this is parang malalaman yung reason why. So, especially if after you graduate, you're going to open a business. So, if you don't have a capital, what are you going to do? You're going to loan for a capital. If you don't have a capital, so okay. Yeah, that's true. Okay. So, only two? Well, for those two na answers, for answer that's true, yes, it's true. Why? Kasi especially if you're going to open a business, and then your record for paying your credit card or paying for your loans is delinquent or late, always late. If you're going to apply for a bigger loan, I think it will show in sa record niya that yung credit line, it's not good. Okay. So, yung possible of approval, baka it's ma-disapprove. Your approval may be turned down. Okay? So, kasi, because, yun nga, the way you pay, it's not regularly, parang, yung record nyo, that's your habit of paying your loan. Okay? So, they may tend to think that if I'm going to give this a loan, she will do the same to our when he pay back. Okay? So, takot na yun. They are afraid to ano yung habitual things that you're going to do about yung loan mo. So, next question is, there's no harm in having many different credit cards, especially when the card companies offer free t-shirts and other special giveaways as incentives. The number of cards you carry won't affect your ability to get a loan. What matters is that you use the card responsibly. So, do you agree or disagree with this? Is it true or false? Is it okay to have many credit cards? Like, the usual is you have 2 credit cards because one is for your regular or for your utility. Then the other one, maybe gas card for payment for gas or something. Or some were using, parang di ba yung mga special card tayo for, I think nahihiwalay lang yung gas eh. Meron siyang special card for gas. And then may special card siya for health. And then meron siyang card din for regular credit card. Pero this one focus on credit card alone. So there, especially if you are a good payer, bank tends to give you free credit cards, pre-approved. They're going to send it to your home or your office address. Free, even though you did not apply for it. They tend to give you because they know that you were paying your bills regularly. So you're a good credit person, parang good payer, may record ka. So yung tendency yun, you can either decline or sometimes your card is automatically activated once you accept it. So yun yung those things are dangerous. Why dangerous? Because those credit card have annual fee. Okay? So for me, the answer is false. Sorry. But why? Because pag you have too many credit cards, you tend to pay the annual fee. So if you have 10 credit cards, you have to pay 10 annual fee. For now, some credit company offer free annual fee, but not all of them. So make sure that yung credit card that you accept don't charge you for the annual fee. So may mga card na ganun. So they tend up, even though you did not use those credit card, they ask for the payment for the annual fee for their services. Since you did not use their services, they still ask you to pay for the annual fee. Then that annual fee accumulate interest also if you did not pay for them. Okay, so parang it give you stress pag may mga certain billings na supposedly you're not supposed to have that. Okay, so it's also mas okay that you just maintain either 1 or 2 credit card or one credit card and then your debit card. So your savings credit card again. That is a debit card. Okay, so yung mga savings sa banks niyo, saving account, usually they partnered with the one debit card for withdrawals. Reason. Yun yung reason why it's false. They tend to give you annual fee, and then also sometimes if you did not monitor this one, especially if you're going to use them all, sometimes you have tendency to forget to pay all of them. That will accumulate interest, and that will be that record will against you. Okay, so even though it's small amount, still. So it's better to monitor few credit card. That's for me. It's better to monitor. But if you are good in monitoring your credit card, why not? But I tell you, it's expensive to maintain too many credit cards. Okay? If you have a budget, okay. But advice to limit the number of credit cards you own. Okay? Next question is, a debit card may be a good alternative to a credit card for a young person such as you, because the money you pay for the purchases is automatically deducted from the bank account, thus avoiding interest, charges, or debt problems. Is it true or false? I'm sure may mga ATM naman kayo. So, your ATM or saving bank account, usually you have that passbook or ATM. Those considered as your debit card. So you can use your ATM buying groceries, buying gas. Okay, is it true? So, two already answered true, or is it false? So a debit card, yung card niya, yung saving bank, or usually yung mga regular ATM, hindi siya considered as credit card. Good alternative ba siya or no? So, dalawa lang ba? Is parang si James yung very active. Thank you, James. So, sa others, can you answer? Is it true or false? Isa pa. Hindi pa isa pa. No. I think
Hindi ko relate, miss. Walang ATM.
hindi makarelate. Bakit hindi ba kayo nag-maintain ng ATM? Kasi usually na ngayon ang hirap din kasi dala ng cash. May parang may takot na ma-hold up.
May ATM naman pero walang debit card.
Usually kasi yung ATM, that's considered to be your debit card. Yung binigay sa inyo ng bank. So once you open account, so bibigyan kayo ng ATM. That is
pwede ba yung pambayad, miss? May ATM kasi ako pero di ko alam.
Yes, pwede. Yan, ano kayo magpipin?
Withdraw lang alam ko dun eh. Walang deposit.
Pwede siya. Especially kung let's say hindi kayo nakapag-withdraw. Pwede siyang gamitin. Tanong nyo lang doon sa cashier. Usually ganun na nga siyang ginagamit natin ngayon. Para hindi na kayo maglabas ng cash. So, parang siyang kinukonsider na siya as cash. Kahit plastic siya. Yun nga lang. Ang tendency is, kailangan, alam nyo, wag lalayo sa mata nyo yung card nyo. Kasi, di ba may mga nanghahack na nga ng card ngayon. Parang pag kinuha nila, parang kinakopy nila yung details. Nakakopy nila yung details nun. So, once they use it, kailangan sa harap nyo, siya dinidebit. Or just yung card mismo na yung nag-scan ng card nyo. Kaharap kayo dapat. Para sure na hindi nila i-scan for details or kinakopya. Kasi may mga copy yan. Okay, so, this is true. So, yung sagot nito is true. Okay? Alternative siya. Especially kung let's say wala kayong cash on hand, pwede siyang considered, pwede siyang gamitin as cash. Kino-consider siya as cash. Especially kung sa city. Sa province lang medyo mahirap kasi di ba? Sa provinces usually cash on hand yun. Kailangan laging pag nagbayad ka, wala naman silang mga card or ATM machine dun sa tabi nila. Hindi katulad, kasi ngayon, ba, uso na yung GCash. Tama ba? Yun sa smart payment. Yan. So yung mga ganon, parang sa ibang bansa is paid ba? Ang ingay ng sorry sa akong bibe. Okay, so consider nyo rin siya as part, parang depende lang. If you're in the province, maganda yung cash. Pero if you're always in the city, mas maganda kung ito yung gamitin nyo para din, hindi siya tackle hold up. So, tsaka beware, guys nga, dami naman scam ngayon. Okay? So, pwede siyang alternative for a credit card. And then also, kung let's say, na-monitor nyo rin kagad yung bawas ng money nyo sa bank, sa ATM nyo. Plus to the last cent. Minsan kasi, di ba, yung mga purchases nyo, sometimes yung change na binibigay sa inyo is kulang pa, even though it's only 25 cents, sasabihin ng cashier, hey sir, I don't have 25 cents. It's okay. Na kulang siya ng 25 cents. So think about it. Kung gaano karaming customer na kinukulangan ng 25 cents, nakaka-save sila. Though napakaliit na amount, pero mas mahal na. Pero kung card yung gagamitin, up to the last cents lang yung saktong lang yung babawas. Okay? It's true, yes. Correct sila. Correct yung true. Ay, yung tatlo. Okay, so, yun nga, yung na-avoid yung interest. Then, yun nga, yung iniisip na meron kayong utang pa, mawawala. Do yung cash on hand niya, nababawasan. Especially kung, ang downside lang nito is yung, let's say, meron, yung amount ng money na yun is for particular month. Ito lang yung, nyo, kaya yung pambili, yung buying power niya. So, ito lang yung amount nyo for expenses. Tapos meron kayong emergency. So, nakalimutan nyo si emergency. Kung wala kayong mga savings for emergency, tendency doon nyo rin babawas dun sa cash on hand nyo. So, kung ginamit nyo siya as, binayad nyo as diretso, hindi yung credit card nyo, nababawasan yung parang yung cash on hand nyo. Na minsan, mas marami kasing store, mas gusto nila paid in cash or paid directly yung hindi siya installment or being deferred yung payment. Okay? So, kasi stay yung parang, sabi ko nga, parang actual cash na. Okay? Another question is, it makes no sense for a young adult to put money aside for their retirement many years away. So, people in their 20s, just like you, should focus entirely on meeting monthly expenses and saving for the short-term goals, such as buying a home or starting a business, and not saving for retirement until they're 40 years old. Is it true na hindi nyo kailangan, you don't need to save now, and you only need to save until you reach 40. Okay? So, parang they said na don't save ngayong bata pa kayo. You only start to save when you are at the age of 40 because yun yung 20 years before retirement. So, is it okay to save later or it's not okay to save later? It's much okay to save early. Which are which? Is it true or false? So, lahat ba ng expenses natin nakalabas? False? Okay. So, si James lang ba yung ating gising na gising today? So, others. False, yes. Yes. Let's see. That was said false. The others. This one can, Morning Castel told me na, especially yung shared, sabi niya, for her, to save early, it's much better. Okay. So, it's false. Okay? So, yun natin sagot ha. False. Okay. Why is it so? Because, some practice ng mga, some rich people practice this, giving their children a trust fund. So, if you watch an American movie, usually they give their children a trust fund because they are saving money for their children. By the age of 18, they get to withdraw this trust fund. Especially some are more older than 18, but it depends on the parents, papa, and how he or she control the trust fund. But it is a savings. You're trying to teach your children how to save early, but without knowing them, kasi especially in trust fund, yung accumulate interest, and then after they old enough, they can either use it for college. Kasi usually sa other country, college is very expensive. Also, they can start small business when using that trust fund. But for you, starting early or starting saving early tends to become a habit. Plus, it accumulates money na hindi mo pa naman kailangan, especially kung you can set aside money for savings. It's much more better because when the time comes, you're 20 years early na nag-save. So, mas yung accumulation ng money na you save can put up a bigger business or a bigger allocation for your planned business. Or if you want to an early retirement, pwede rin. It depends on the savings that you have made. Okay, so or you can put that into, let's say, stocks exchange, especially kung you know how to monitor them. So, some rich people share how they manage to accumulate lots of money, especially, I forget the name of that rich person, pero siya yung one of the richest person in the US. Because he started saving money when he was at 18. So what he does is, he save and then invest in stocks, and then those investments, the interest that he gets, then add up niya dun sa number of stocks na bili siya ng bili ng stocks, and then he put up a business. But yung bahay niya stay simple. Parang kung if you're going to see his house, hindi naman siya nagbago. Kasi ang mindset niya is, I don't need a new house. Why would I buy a new house? Especially nung marami na siyang pera. So, ang ginawa niya, it's talagang investment sa stock. Especially, alam niya pa how to monitor because his parent taught him, or tsaka he also self-study about the stock exchange. So, ganun yung process niya. And then, I think, owner siya ng mga ships, mga barko. So, ganun siya nag-start. Pero nagsimula lang siya sa small business hanggang nag-accumulate na ng bigger business. So, yun nga, nag-start siya early, very early. Kasi yung mga friends niya is yung night out, party, buying new gadgets. Siya hindi. Stay simple, save a lot, and then by the time nag-reach siya ng 40, kaya niya na mag-retire kasi ang dami niya ng savings. And then, dami na rin niyang open na business. So, yun yung mindset niya. So, hindi kailangan mag-arbon. The next question. If you receive an email from a company that you have done business with, asking you to update your records by re-entering your social security number or a bank account number, is it safe to provide this information as long as the email explains the reason for the request and show the company official logo? Is it safe? So James already answered. Others, what do you think so? Marami ito. There are a lot of emails coming from your emails, especially if they know your account. Talagang yan, conviction ng false. So, others? Okay, so 3 already said false. Correct, failure. It's a false. Why? Why do you think so? Why do you think your answer is false? Why is it not safe to give your email, especially you know this company? Why? I want to know, any volunteer, bakit? Why would you not give them information about your bank account or your social? Usually it's a US. Yes, correct. It's uh it's a form of scam or phishing. Tawag nila dito is phishing information. So once you agree or you sometimes once you click the thing that they want you to answer, parang it directly connects to your na-scam kayo or nahahack your account, nahahack nila. And then information like especially yung mga secret information like parents name na o kaya special questions when you open account, diba may mga special questions siya. So once you reclaim the password or ATM, may mga special questions sila. Once na get nila yun, they can hack into your account and then wipe all your money. Okay, so be very careful in giving information, especially yung mga account. Kasi daming scamming. There are a lot of scamming. Especially yung sa bank. Kasi may mga records siya. You don't know if, for example, there are employees sa bank na hindi naman trustworthy, so nakakuha sila ng information of who is among the highest savings na malaki. Sometimes ginagawa nila din to sa SSS kasi nagdo-loan sila for pretending to be that person and then applying for a loan, especially alam nila yung background mo. And then, or especially if for more than 5 years or 10 years na you're not taking loan, maybe nila they're going to pretend na you are getting a loan for that SSS. And then, when you retire, you just realize they're asking you a penalty because you did not pay for this loan. Kasi you're not aware of it. Diba? So, one boss of mine, ganun yung experience niya. So, he's going to retire, but before he retired, he tried to apply for a loan in SS. But eventually, nakita niya, there are a lot of penalty kasi since he started working, wala siyang loan. So, he was very shocked when he learned that ang laki na ng penalty niya kasi parang 10 years na yung loan hindi nabayaran. So, ganun yun. So, namomonitor din nila who were taking loans. So, sometimes, it's also advisable to take loans for our say pag-ibig or SSS. Kasi these things, malalaman ng people who are working inside if this person cannot touch this account because eventually he will discover that I'm taking parang fake loans for this person. So will be realized early. Kaysa doon sa mga talagang mag-retire na tsaka pala malulog. Kasi most people don't need to loan, parang gusto lang. Pero, yun nga, it's advisable to few loan, okay lang yun. Kasi parang tinetesting yung system. Okay? But we have to pay for it. There are a lot of way to scam ngayon. Kahit a small amount nakukuha nila. Okay? Next question is, the best way to avoid a bouncing check. That is a check that gets rejected from a financial institution because you overdrawn your account. Ito yung, kasi nag-bounce yung check, ibig sabihin, wala siyang pondo. There's no amount. You don't have any deposit or you deposit that is in the bank, kulang or lacking for the certain amount na withdraw ng check na naging cash. So, it will be considered as a bouncing check. Okay, so, is to keep your checkbook up to date and closely monitor your balance. So, in order to avoid this, you have to monitor your checkbook or closely monitor your balance. Para you know if you have a amount of funds for those check na you releases. So, institution do offer overdraft protection services, but this program comes with an own cost. So, may mga certain security system sila, but mayroon silang extra charge for that. So, parang yung winawarn nila kayo na say, oh, your check is about to be in cash, or you have please check your balance. Yes, tama. Okay, so James, parang ang dami mo experience sa tanong. Parang nag-business ka na. Tama ba ako? Parang alam na alam mo na, James. So, true. It's true. Okay. Kailangan i-monitor mo siya. Kasi, once na your check bounce, first you have penalty to pay. So, kaya pala. So, open talaga yung relationship regarding finances. So, tama yan. So, parang aware kayo how your parents are na ma-practice pa paano yung mga finances ng business din or sa family. Kasi ano siya, pag nag-bounce yung check nyo, one is, may penalty siya, malaking penalty. Second, pagka hindi niya pa rin siya nilagyan ng deposit, tendency, pwede that person can file against you, parang bouncing check lang. Kasi may bouncing check lang. Pwede kayo makasuhan. Okay, so, kasi sabi nila, once you owe a person money, iba to. Well, especially say, can I owe you a 100,000? Umutang ka. But you were planning not to pay that person. So, ang mali mong ginawa is you gave a check. So, that person can deposit that check. So, dun kayo makakasuhan. Pero once you did not give a check, so, kailangan that person para ma-secure siya dun sa loan mo. Kailangan meron kayong contract. Kung verbal lang, mahirap. Wala siyang proof. Okay? So, kung sa inyo rin, you have to protect. Kung say, somebody owe you or somebody borrow money from you, you have to have a contract or a certain evidence that he or he borrow. Pwedeng picture, pwedeng text messages, pwedeng, yun nga, check-in. Check is parang ito talaga may law. There's a law for it. Doon naman sa messages na sa text. Medyo not sure, pero may mga cases na rin ganito na yun nga. Yung ang proof nila is text messages and then yung mga emails. So, pwedeng yun siyang proof na that person owe you. Pero, mas madali kasing makasuhan yung bouncing check. Okay? So, kung meron siyang checker, why not? Para secure yung amount na inutang sa'yo. Make sure lang na wise kayo pag nagpautang. So, usually, pag nautang, lista sa tubig. So, once it's listed in water, that means person tendency to hide na after they owe you money. Yun yung, those people are parang gusto nilang lumiit yung kanilang mundo. The next question is, all checking accounts are pretty much the same in terms of features, fees, interest rate, opening balance requirements, and so on. Is it true or false? Si James, ano na to tag dito sa financial literacy, pasadong-pasado tong bata na to. May ano na siya mentor na parents. Tama ba? Others, anong answer? What's your answer about this checking accounts? Is it all the same? Are all bank offer the same packages about checking accounts? Or you're not familiar with this because you don't even have experience about checking accounts. But you need to have to know about these things because when you graduate, when you start a business, you will encounter this or you're going to open an account. So you need to be aware. Why? Because it's also a form of payment for your business. Hindi naman, it's not always transaction is in cash basis. They also in forms of check, manager's check, ano pa ba isa? There are different types of checks. So there are different types of checking account. Personal checking account, company check, and then how do you when you release a check, how would you control it na they would not encash it automatically? So you have to, for example, this is your check. You have to throw 2 lines from the side, meaning they have to deposit the check and then they can't encash it right away. So meaning they are giving you time to deposit the amount of money that you release sa check na yun. Kasi kung magkano yung check na yun, pwede ka pang mag-deposit. Hindi antimano na pag binigay mo sa kanya, going to encash, then ito mahabang. Why not? Bigay mo na sa kanya yung cash. For example, your money will, parang may incoming kang money, pero hapon pa. So, it's okay kasi hapon. Pero risky rin yun kasi baka may biglang dito na to. Maganda yung meron na kayong ready. So, every time you release your checking account, you have to have a amount of money ready to pay for or ready to pay for that check once they encash it or they deposit it. Kasi if you're going to wait or parang in order to meet and parang habulin niya siya, stressful yan. Pero if talagang wala, there no other way, you can do that. Parang i-cross-check niyo muna siya before meron kayong number of hours or 1 day before they encash the money. At 1 day ba 3 days? Forget. Pero meron kang allowance. May time allowance ka when you cross the check. So this one, sagot is false. Sabi nga nung morning class, kaya nga because bank have different packages for checking account. Yun yung nagdi-differentiate sa kanila how they offer that checking account. So may mga different packages sila kasi may certain freebies or certain terms involved dun sa pag-release ng check. Okay. Ano pa ba isa? So, I think last one about. Okay, let's say you put your money in a saving account, paying the same interest rate each month, and you don't take any money out of it. Then even though your original deposit and the interest rate remain unchanged, the amount of money you will earn in interest each month will gradually increase. Is it true or false? Ito yung for those who were saving na early. May experience, do you have experience na deposit kayo? Then after a year, eto na yung amount, yung balance nyo, and then parang may regular amount na kayo deposit. Does your interest change? Yeah. Why may question mark? May two plus question mark. You're not sure? Is it true or false? Or true? Pero may question mark na eh. True? Okay. So, okay lang. Others, meron ba kayong idea? Ito kasi pwedeng it's for mga early nagsasave ng money for sa bank. Or talagang ignore nyo lang siya. Usually, may mga parents na nag-open ng account for children. Tapos, as they grow old, switch yung bank account nila. Parang tinuturuan lang instead of putting money on a piggy bank, they try to open a passbook parang joint ng parents. And then, tinuturuan nila, oh, you have to deposit this from your allowance, you have to save and then deposit. May mga ganun mga parents eh. So, merong ganun parents, maganda siya kasi tinuturuan kayo yung habit to save your money. And then also, that money will become your parang fallback pagka kailangan niya na ng money in the future. For example, that savings will tend to go to your tuition fee when you enter college, especially lalo na ngayon, may uncertainty sa mga businesses, maraming business na bangka, may mga businesses na hindi stable. So, maganda na meron kayong meron fallback. You have a fallback na savings. Okay, so, answer is, since others are wala naman. So, thank you sa nag-answer. So, the answer is true. Yes. When you put money as early as yung ngayon, and then sa tingin nyo lang, as you see it, parang it remain unchanged, but even small percentage of interest, yun yung nag-change. Kasi for example, percentage eh. Yun nag-a-add up sa inyong deposit. Makikita nyo yung deposit amount, then interest amount, and then minsan, yun lang may karakter siya na tax. Diba? Parang every time you deposit money, so deposit amount, interest, and then tax. May 3 times na papasok dun sa passbook mo. So, if you're not using a passbook, parang yung ATM, minsan din natin nakikita to kasi parang hindi sumasama dun sa inyong statement of account niyo sa bank account. Usually, binibigay nila to parang monthly. Depende, pwede rin siya sa online, pwede niyo siya ma-monitor kung magkano yung interest. Doon niyo pala makikita yung details about your savings account. Okay, so, better to have a deposit regularly kasi it will earn interest. And then gradually, the interest will increase. Okay, so parang it's really, we are encouraging teenager to start early to save. The next is so tapos na. Sino yung pasado? Who passed the true or false question? So, I think pasado si James doon sa questions. Maaga yung kanyang awareness about financial, how to manage finances. Tama ba? So, others siguro, some were na-open about sa discussion natin kanina na at yung akala niyo, iba pala. Okay? So, financial literacy is about the ability to use your knowledge and skill to manage your financial resources effectively for a lifetime of financial well-being. So, kailangan yung knowledge niyo to manage your finances na mag-match up dun sa requirement ng lifestyle nyo is okay. So, ngayon, you better start to realize ano yung magandang system, good system for you to manage your finances. So, iba-iba siya. For different people, it has a different approach or different way because you have different resources of money, you have different expenses. So, yung money management niyo is different. Not all the same. Maybe kung yung lifestyle niyo same and also say you're getting allowances, but by the time you graduate, you can get salary also if you have a regular job and then another sideline or freelance work, you tend to accumulate more cash flow than expenses. That will be good rather than the more expenses you have, hindi balance, not balancing more expenses rather than income. Okay. Okay, so depend. Okay, there are 3 money exercises. One is blame your mom and dad approach. Ito yung, because my parents did not teach me how to save early, or my parents teach me to save early. So, it's either negative or positive. You blame your parents mo because they teach you how to save early, or they teach you not to bother by controlling your finances or spending your money wisely. Okay, and the second is money as a personal approach. You consider money as a person, hindi siya lang item. Parang you have to take care of it as a person. You have to, when you get that money, how you're going to spend it, you have to really detail it, manage it well. Parang you have to plan. Okay? And then to maintain that money. Parang to maintain a person, you have to plan. Okay? How to grow that money or to let go. Okay? Then the language of poverty, ito yung how people, different perspectives. So sabi nga nila, it's, for poverty, usually they will say, I cannot afford that. But for those people who have a positive approach, how can I afford it? So he will find, or she will find way to afford that certain product. That's why I ask you, what is the craziest thing you did to save money? Okay? Kasi because you were aiming for a certain something, not to buy, or aiming to get that thing, to own it. Okay. These are the two perspective. Okay, so one is they'll never afford it. Let's say yung sinabi kanina, will never be able to afford that. Or you can think as you're going to work out how to afford it. So which one are you? So hindi ko sinabing it's poverty or wealth. But changing the mindset for your finances will help you realize how you will cope up in, say, yung finances mo is na nasa mababang part mo. Then, I'm not made of money, or I'm made up of belief system and do patterns and determine my worth. So, yun nga. Kailangan you create a system. Kasi kung, let's say, I'm not made of money, parang spending a lot, parang, or people ask you for money. So, you have to create a system para yung money, yung system. Sometimes yung sabi nga nila, it's let the money work for you, not you work for the money. Okay? The next is, I didn't have it easy as a kid, so why should I make it easier for my kids? So ito, it's yung paghirapan nila. If you become a parent, and then as experience, getting money is very hard. Parang you want them also to take sacrifices, learn their own. But for the mindset of the, you have to achieve success para to achieve the success, my kid have to make sacrifices so should be rewarded. So ito, they will going to teach how to manage or how to get that money, getting money, it has a twin brother system of sacrifices. Parang to get money, you have to sacrifice. Okay, we have to, let's say, let go of something. Okay, then no one ever gave me free lunch. So parang wala namang free for sa mundo. There's no free. All are being bought. So the other one is, I'm going to be a person who buy the lunch. Okay? So siya, she's going to do things or make way to buy kung ano gusto niya. Food. So, for the daily needs. Okay? Money made me greedy. So, yeah, so medyo naging negative na siya. Then, no, it didn't. No, it didn't. Money magnified what is he already was. So, parang, kasi nga, yung money yung nag-focus sa kanya. So, minsan, yung mindset mo, dapat hindi ikaw, yung money lang. So, ihiwalay mo. Then, the rich keep all the secrets to themselves. Hindi naman siya true. Because some people make books, share their knowledge about getting, how to get that success. So I determined to learn from those wealthy people who share their knowledge in seminars and books. So there are people who share, or also they write books to order for them to teach other people how to become successful as they are. Then no one in our family ever amounted to that much. So if the family were poor, so you have to retain being poor. So, but the mindset of the other one is, I'm not going to let my family history hold me back. So I'm going to change my family history. So if I was born full, I'm going to die rich. Yun yung mindset niya. Money is the root of all evil. Tama ba? No. It's your attitude towards the money. It's the love of money, not the money itself. It's the root of all evil. Okay? So, how you glorify the money. That makes evil. Kasi because your mindset is focuses on money, not on the relationship that you build with your own family or in your business. Then I could never wear that. I could never drive that. I could never live there. So yung mindset na never. So why not change it? I'm going to try on that dress. So try lang naman. And then if it fits you and it suits you and you love it, you're going to work for it. And then test drive that car. Same way. So if you like that car, you have to work hard for it. And then also for the house, you had to save and allot money for payment for those things that you really, really want to buy. Okay, money won't make you happy. Neither you are poor. Diba? So, especially pag na-experience mo na yung being well off, mahirap talaga maging poor kasi total change of ng lifestyle. Again, then I wonder how many people he had to walk over to get to where he is Gaano karami na naapakan yung tao to get where he is. Parang this is like a crab mentality. How many people he step on to get on top. But the mindset of the world is, he's getting to where he is because he helped many people. So how many people that he helped? So this is more stable kasi people love him, support him, tell about other people that he help. So more blessing are even coming his or her way. But when you step on other people, tendency they will bow not to, or tell things that are bad or negative things about you. So tendency you will go back. So the ladder will come for you more. Okay? I don't have what it takes. But the other one is I can learn what it takes. Okay? So you have to work for it. Sabi nga. And then financial management is developing and implementing a plan to allocate resources within the composed income in order to achieve needs and wants to define a desired quality of life. Okay, I'm sorry na. So, tuloy na tayo. Ito yung mga different types of income. Composite one, different sources where individual gets your income, yan, yung mga freelance work, salary, allowances, or other things na you gain money. Then the other one is discretionary income. Ito yung mga income regulated by one's own discretion or judgment. Okay, so yung parang depende dun sa paano nyo siya minamanage. Okay? And then, gross income is yung salary nyo minus the tax. Ito na yung income na papasok sa inyo. Total income. Tapos may mga deduction. Okay, next is disposable income. Ito yung mga pwedeng amount of take-home pay left after all deduction are withheld. Yung tinanggal nyo na lahat yung pabayaran mo for the month. Then real income, ito yung income measured in prices of certain time, reflecting the buying power of the money. So, kasi yung inflation rate, yan, masama sa mga reason bakit kailangan isama nyo sa planning. Okay? Then these are the financial planning process. So you can go through it. Let's say for the first one is determine the current financial situation. So reflect on your financial situation right now. Then develop a financial goal. What is your goal in life or future planning, your plans? Identifying possible courses of action. So ano yung mga different methods that you're going to save, you're going to plan to get what you want. And then evaluate alternatives, life situation, values, economic factor, place, time value of money. So evaluate nyo yung mga changes para alam nyo what will happen to your plan. Then create and implement action plan. So ito yung you have to plan na the ways how you see. Then if your action plan still lack, so you have to reevaluate them and then revise your action plan. So you have to go through it again. Then, and these are the process. So yung detailed. Okay, so hindi ko na siya isasin. Try to read on it and then I'm going to discuss na lang yung final requirement. Okay, so one tip is also is don't put your eggs. So remember this. Don't put your eggs in one basket. Kasi once na you put your money into one, na scam kayo, the tendency is wala kayong fallback. You don't have a fallback na wala kayong savings. So parang totally madidepress kapag kayo. So kailangan talaga meron pa rin isa pa. May other alternative kayo. Okay. Then this one. Your assignment due on next week is create and plan. So let's say, what plans are you going to do? So example lang is, you can create a pie, not actually putting the exact amount of money that you need, but you can say, let's say it's a pie, 100%. How would you divide this considering that this pie is your money or your funds. So how will you do that? Or your first is you have to source of income, and then second is how you're going to invest, how you're going to spend it, or how you're going to save. How many will be allotted to savings? How many will be allotted to emergency fund? How many will be allotted to your daily or monthly, ut- monthly bills or or needs? And then after that, mm, what will be the result? Is it kulang, or you think your plan is okay enough for you to manage your finances in the future? Then you're going to you're going to create a reflection about it. So what have you learned? So what's the new information that you managed to put in your money management planning? And then what are the old beliefs that about money management? Well, that you change? And then the last is what personal perception about money management were you affirm after going through this activity? So only what was the last thing na it give you positive thoughts about how to manage your money well. So especially kasama, including the question when we start the lesson. So what are the reason also, what did you realize na yung mga things that you know is not actually true? Okay? So you can create a pie, or and then one is you can create an Excel. So then it's you can create a certain percentage amount, not the actual amount. Okay? And then last one is create a reflection, short reflection paper that answered these three questions or your own thought. Okay? Questions? Questions? Guys? None? Clear naman? Okay. So, thank you. And hopefully, okay, reminder, for those who were, let's say, kulang, you still lack for your credit units sa CPO, make sure na, kasi 1 week na lang siya, reminder na, deadline is on July 30, not August, July 30. So you have to submit all the requirements to CPO Big Sky, your other account na CSBGRAD Big Skies na nakalagay CPU. Okay, you submit your requirements there. One is the online resume na fillable. Meron sila certain series of questions then you have to answer them. And I don't know how you send it or automatically they will credit it. Kasi I don't have an access on that sa online resume. Then the 3 credits activity. So also that the 3 credit activity, you need to create also a summary of a reflection about what you learn and how will you apply those learning to your future. Minsan, the 3 credit activities that you attended or that you answer in your S2S modules. Okay, so what have you learned? How you're going to apply this in the future? So even that will be the question that you're going to answer for your short reflection paper. So I'm going to create a Dropbox for that. It's included in your activity. Also, your final project will be for August. Your final project you can prepare early is the final resume. Consider apply for certain company, and then also list down the requirement of that company, and then where did you get that or where did you get that ads, or where did you get information that they need this person for this job. It will be part of your cover letter. So cover letter and final resume, that will be the final project. Okay. But yung last week, that is a draft. Okay, it can be an outline. Okay, so there's a difference. This one is the resume that ready to give to the company, and this one is your outline. So in preparation on how you process on matching your resume to a certain company. Okay, questions pa? No more questions. I'm going to stop the recording.